Hi everybody, it's Gabrielle. I'm back. How's everybody? We about to have a good fucking time. That's all I'm gonna say right now, right? I got me some Cabernet Sauvignon Blanc. Yup. It's that night. It's Friday. It's been a minute. I'm gonna pour myself some wine. And we about to get into this shit. I done put out the Starman deck and the Spellcasters, right? Right. And I put down, right, Twin Flame. Then I put down, what shade is there? 3 cards. And I asked, what benefit is there in staying in this fucking relationship? On this path, more specifically. And the cards that drop have me fucking confused, but we'll see. But more importantly, not even more importantly, but side note, a card that I didn't see that fell was the Queen of Wands. And that bitch was reversed. So I left her out on the side over there in the reverse. Because I'm like, nah, I picked them cards up. But clearly I missed one. So it's important. We'll get to that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't know how this shit gonna go, cause wine is a different motherfucking entity. Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Let me just say, this bitch has been out all week. The Queen of Swords. I don't know about in your life, but in my life, whoo. Wait till I break this shit down real quick. Not even real quick. Y'all know how I do. Fuck that. I'm talking. But I feel good. Damn, I feel good. Give me a second. And that's so funny, right? I hit replay on this song. Because I'm like, yeah, that's exactly right now. What is it called? Faded. Odessa Remix. Zoo. And it's like, all I want to do is lay here with you and Faded. I'm like, yeah, I want to reach out to the collective. I want to talk to the subscribers and shit tonight. Let's see what's going on. Now, I'm not no rah-rah person. I did a lot of partying earlier in life. And I know that might seem boring to some fucking people. But you know what? You can suck a fucking dick. You don't know what I've done. I got plenty to get up and go. But in terms of that bullshit, go out, get crunk, go to the club, that dumb shit, did that shit. Did that shit. Did it in fashions that y'all motherfuckers could only dream of. So, I can comfortably sit home on a Friday night and do a fucking reading. It's a wonderful place to be in. I appreciate the space that I'm in at this point in my life. I truly do. I'm sure so many of y'all resonate that exact sentiment. But anyway, overall energy is the Queen of Swords and the Two of fucking Cups. Line 1, King of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. I told you that bitch was suspect, right? She dropped out another deck. Anyway, second line, 5 of Swords, the Sun card, 3 of Cups. Third line, the Star, 6 of Swords, the King of Cups. Now, for the shade, I'm just going to tell y'all up front. We got the 5 of Wands. We got the Ace of Cups. And we got that 6 of Pentacles, right? And so, for the... what benefit is there to stay in this fucking bag? 5 of Swords, right? The fucking Empress. The Tower card. The fuck, right? Ooh. I'm sorry. When I put these cards down, I started giggling before I even turned the camera on. This shit had me giggling. The bottom of the decks, respectively, right? We got the Six of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles out this bitch. I'm just saying, yo. What the fuck is going on in the hood? Ooh. Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to regain my composure. Hold on, let me, ooh, 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 I'm trying to tell you. Ooh. Let's move her down so y'all can see her a little better. I'll let this Queen of Swords here. I keep saying Queen of Wands because she out here twice. I'm trying to tell you, yo, we'll get into her. Her energy all over this, John. She want to be heard. We'll figure out what she want to say a little bit, but I'm just gonna push that bitch over there for now. Oh shit! I love this Queen of Swords though. Yo, you ain't never met another. You ain't never met another like this Queen of Swords right here. No, you ain't. You think. This Queen of Swords is not bitter. Nope. No. This Queen of Swords is enlightened. She's enlightened. She doesn't come to you with anger or animosity. She comes to you from a place of wisdom. She has actually ascended. See the owl? Wisdom. Wisdom is the divine feminine, the true essence of the divine feminine. I'm not talking flesh and blood. Her name is literally wisdom. The owl represents wisdom. This Queen of Swords has ascended. And even though she may not appear to be an empress, she is well guarded, as it were. She does not wear her heart on her sleeve. She is more about justice than love. But I'm telling you, this Queen of Swords is actually the Empress. Isn't that ironic? She seems so everything. I'm looking at her right now. She's got a wand in one hand and a sword in the other. You know, this woman to me exudes action and wit, intellect, esteem, a quiet confidence. The epitome of what it is to walk quietly and carry a big stick. That's what I get from this. This woman has sought knowledge. She has gone that distance. This woman sees through. She sees, hey, camera, focus. She sees through. The vision of the owl. She has the perspective of an owl. An owl can nearly turn its head 360 degrees, nearly. This person has an elevated perspective. Their demeanor seems reserved, but they are quick. They are quick. Quick in ways that their exterior would give you pause to. This person is about action and they are about truth. This person embodies the justice energy. I get very much Libra energy right now. This Queen of Swords is embodying true justice because the perspective is that of universal law. And her perspective in justice is on a soulmate to a cup situation. It seems as though there was a wall, a barrier preventing communication and healing. Hermes, the caldera, I think that's what it's called. Caduceus, no, it's called the fucking Caduceus. This is the universe. I'm not going to get into that, but the Caduceus represents the spine of the fucking universe, not the human spine. There was a blockage that has now been removed. A barrier that was once there has begun to fall away. Y'all remember Graffiti Bridge? It's just around the corner. That fucking movie, man. That shit was deep, but I ain't getting into that right now. The wall that was preventing true healing and the soulmate connection has now been penetrated. An opening has been exposed in this process, in this healing. And the reason for that is because this Queen of Swords has come from a place of wisdom and action. This Queen of Swords chose to draw first blood. First blood. To break the wall that was preventing the healing that the universe was trying to bring forth. Wow, that's fucking deep. This is almost like that scene from The Color Purple when Celie and her sister Nettie are playing, they're on the hand game. You and me are never part, my kid, da da. That's like that. That bond. And it's interesting, right? Because this is a twin flame reading. And I always like to remind folks that all twin flames are not romantic. So the fact that that song came through between two sisters, a bond that was unbreakable, and they were inseparable in spirit. The universe kept leading Celie to find that information. She finally was able to uncover that her sister had never given up. She had never stopped reaching out. That the bond they had was beyond anything that was humanly conceivable. That's what this is. By first blood, a wall came down. And now that Caduceus energy from the universe, healing can start to transpire. King of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Now, we already have a divine pair out there, although, traditionally speaking, the King and Queen of Swords are not a marital partnership. They are usually divorcees or siblings. But hence what I said about Nellie and Celie. A bond that was unbreakable, inseparable. This could be siblings, a bond between siblings. Soulmates come in all shapes and forms, not just romantic. Just want to put that out there. So if someone's having a problem with a sibling, you need to rectify it. Because blood is thicker than water. I really do feel like someone's twin is their sibling. I've said this to people. I really do. I know, actually. I feel it. And my feelings is a knowing. That's how it backs up for me. That my brother and I were born twins in many lifetimes. I look at my brother and it's a very interesting paradigm. I knew my brother was in trouble. My brother was 4,000 miles away from me. Literally. No exaggeration. So I had to think about that shit. I felt my brother. Like, in my spirit. I felt like if action wasn't taken to bring him home, he would never come home. My brother's here with me where I live now, happily in a new life, resettled. It's, for all intents and purposes, doing better than what he was doing where he was when his spirit reached out to me, to his twin, and said, you know, I need help. Now, I have gifts and different things, but this was different. This was different. Like, we all got kin and family and whatnot, but what I felt was like a cry from, like, I couldn't shake it. Just couldn't shake it. And so I reached out. And lo and behold, shit was real. And then I reached out to my sister. And we collaborated. And then my brother reached out to my sister. And they collaborated. And the three of us put our heads together and got him home. Got him where it was safe. You know, people make their choices. But I know what I felt. And I knew what action to take. And I knew that it was the right thing to do. Because it wasn't his time. Just wasn't. He was in over his head. And so now, like I said, I'm happy to report it ain't perfect because ain't nobody's shit perfect. That it was the right choice. Even if it was just to show me that that's a grown-ass man. Feel me? And it's just that simple. But at least, on a personal level, I can say there's closure, right? Right. It good, but if people make more choices that put them back in them same circumstances, not saying that's what's happening, but if it did happen, at least I get it. I get it. I'm living Maya Angelou's words. If a person reveals himself, believe him the first time. That's like the 2019 lesson. Like, I'm on some bigger and better things, living my best life, clearing away the clutter and that which doesn't serve my highest and greatest good, of course. But I'm also no longer on my Super Saver Hub. And I'm so certain that so many of y'all can relate to that sentiment. You cannot save those who do not wish to save themselves. That's why the serenity prayer is so important. God grant me blah, 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 blah. You know, to change the things I can, the things I cannot, and the wisdom to know the difference. This is like one of them universal lessons, right? The wisdom to know the difference. Universe come back around and test your ass. Do you have the wisdom to know the difference? Aha. Where's the spoon, right? How about this? There is no fucking spoon. I just combined 2 fucking movies. Do you get it? Anyway. Queen of Cups chose to take first action and first blood and strike out in a connection. It could be a sibling, I got that. But it doesn't have to be. This could just be an absolute mental equal. This could be someone, an intellectual... I can't think of another word besides equal right now. I'm sorry. Shit, I was trying. You know, they on a level. And this action has put this King of Swords into a state almost like Hangman. Because I see this baboon here, right? And so I'm getting that phrase, he don't know whether to wind his butt or scratch his watch. This action has left this person in a fucking predicament. Absolutely. They are steaming and brewing and stewing. I mean, every cog is turning and twisting. They are literally feeling like electrical surges through their body right now. Yep. They thought they had an idea. This baboon's private area is illuminated to me. So it's like this person, I don't know if they thought they had the magic stick or not. But the fact of the matter is, this person is like wild, almost primal at this moment. Primal, primate. In the back, we see what is the similarity to the Hermit card, the alien in this deck, the portal and the shadow back there. So this person, to me, either has gone within into a cave-like status, an introverted stance at this time, or this person has... I'm looking at Libra up here, but it could be someone on the cusp of Virgo and Libra. Could be, because that jumped out to me. And then look, on the radio right now is We Could Have Been by HER. Right. So I feel like this Queen of Swords, like I said, she drew first blood. She cut things off in the soulmate connection. And so now this person, this King of Swords here, because like I said, they could be divorcees or someone exes in this case, not necessarily people who were married, but just people who were in a relationship of sorts. Could be business partners, could be anything, but some sort of affiliation. That was beyond romance. That's how I'm going to put that. This connection was beyond just a romantic connection. Could be business, could be any number of things. But anyway. I feel like this King of Swords here is actually attempting to use some form of communication. It reminds me of the Matrix. It does. It's like this person is trying to use almost like ethereal energy to communicate with this Queen of Swords. See, look. See the same sort of writing here in the book? Yeah. And the wheel here on the back of this King of Swords is throne here sticking out. So it's like the Wheel of Fortune, but I see 2 wheels. And I also see 3 skulls here. I'm not tripping. 3 of Cups. So I get the suspicion because this Queen of Wands is here. There are 3 people involved in this situation. And so now this King of Swords is put in a predicament where he is faced with making a decision. The wheels are spinning. This could be a vehicle. I don't see the chariot out here, but this could be involving someone's car. Because the wheels are spinning, or the wheels on the bus go round and round. Somebody singing to the kids? Shit. Yeah. This situation could have this person feeling also foolish. Baboon energy here. You know, both books are open here. King of Swords and a Queen of Swords. His is on the ground, though. So he's coming from a very low vibrational stance. This King of Swords. He's being led by his more primal instincts here. Because the sword's in the hand of the baboon instead of in his hands. The conscious, cognitive creature. So this King of Swords has given in to lower energies, as it were. But all the while, his higher self is trying to communicate with this Queen of Swords here. But I feel like her higher self, the wisdom that she possesses, is blocking it out. There is a literal force field about her head. She's not receptive to this telepathic communication that he's attempting to use at this time. And so this King of Swords is left in this stance where he's like, shit. Like, I'm telling you, like, he's literally trying to communicate to this person. But the whole while, it's like back here, it's like there's someone else in the back of this person's mind. So you might be with this person trying to build a new foundation with this pentacle energy here, trying to collaborate in some capacity. But the whole while, there's resistance to this progress because there's someone in the background. And so things are having a hard time actually coming into full fruition. Because of this. And I feel like this person's consciousness is kicking their ass. Like, this is beyond like the angel and the demon. This is like your conscious, your subconscious. Like, everything is fucking with this person right now because of this. There's like clarity. See that eye back there? There's clarity. You know what jumped in my head when I said clarity? I add a motherfucker so you ignorant niggas hear me. Lauryn Hill. That's what jumped in my mind when I looked at that eyeball. So again, I keep getting this Queen of Swords. She drew her fucking sword. I feel like she added a motherfucker so the ignorant nigga heard her. Like, on some real. Like, she said, you know what? This, look, 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. That's some fuckery. This person said, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. This person, look, I see 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 swords. Then there's like divine intervention. Wow, I'm getting cleaning out my closet. I'm sorry, mama. I never meant to hurt you. Yeah, but tonight I'm cleaning out my closet. I feel like this blow, this Queen of Swords struck. Even though she thought it was like the piece de resistance. This blow actually caused this person to receive some level of divine intervention. And so instead of this being completely annihilated, because that's what I get, complete annihilation, this is almost like the Ten of Swords. Instead of betrayal, this person decided, you know what, instead of letting it get to that point, I'm just going to expose everything. See all the skeletons there? And I'm going to put an end to this shit now. Just put everything out there and put an end to it. Yeah. But by doing that, it caused some level of a shift in the person that they were getting ready to strike this final blow with. And now this person feels confident in the action that is required to fulfill their happiness. I'm looking at this sunflower, which is like sun energy, which is actually here in the middle of the spread. This person is now like, okay, there's that wand. That action there of first blood being drawn inspired this person on what to do. By dropping the situation, because that was first blood, by, you know what? No, I'm not proceeding. This Queen of Wands is like, she stands out amongst everyone. If there were other competitors, there are no other competitors, because the Queen of Wands does not compete. You know, it's so funny, for the last couple of days in my head, I've been mulling this over and I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. She's like, I'm not one, I am the one. And this Queen of Wands exudes this energy. So she's like, I don't give a fuck about your wand, your passion, none of that dumb shit. I'm not one of many. I'm the fucking one. You dig? You heard? So by that alone, she outshines every fucking body else. Because the Queen of Wands doesn't need to fucking compete. She is the fucking bee's knees. We could be dealing with someone by the name of Melissa. The term bee's knees equates to the name Melissa. Whatever. It worked its way in, and it was meant to be in there in that segment. Because the Five of Swords was in the second line, but whatever. So now we have the Five of Swords, Queen, the Sun card, and the Three of Cups. So as I said, there was someone lurking in the background. That's how that worked out. There's no accidents. This Queen of Wands, like I said, wow. See how in this Queen of Swords here, she holds a wand and a sword. This is the same person. We could be dealing with someone who is a Libra, with some fire in their chart, like sun or moon or rising. But yeah, that's the same person. So this person was like, you know what? I'm cool. I'm not one. I'm the one. And you know what? I'll put an end to this shit. And by doing that and exposing the fact that they are aware of all of this other bullshit, they don't want any parts of it. And so by doing that, this, in some way, shape, or form, calls a level of divine intervention, as I said. So now this person's like, wow. It's like, I saw the sign. I opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. Ace of Base. This motherfucker is on I Saw the Sign. Wow. Wow. That action alone put this person, I mean, it's like a star is born. That's what I'm getting from this Sun card. a star is born. That action elevated your starlight. Like, yo, do you see this shit? Do you see your fucking higher self up there looking like Kali? Mama G! Shit. That sound you hear in the background is a candle. That sounds like a real wood burning fire, right? I know, isn't it lovely? I don't have a fireplace. Well, I do technically. It's gas, but that gives me that ambiance. Why did that come in right now, right? Something about ambiance. All right, somebody trying to set a mood, huh? It ain't me. But anyway, this person is like embodying Kali, the bringer of life and destruction. This person said, you know what? You have no power over me. I gotta watch Labyrinth. I'm gonna do that tonight. That's my shit. You have no fucking power over me. And it elevated their star. And by doing this, this is gonna cause a reunion. A reunion. This person is like, wow. Look at the similarities. Look at that coloration. Like, you know what? I know where to go. I know what I want. See this, the serpent energy? This person is like ascending. And they are causing ascension amongst everyone they encounter. How about that? I'm sorry. I don't own the rights to this song, but I'm turning it up. To me, that is the fucking Twin Flame song. Because when I hear it, my body goes through fucking chills. Touch me with your electric flame. That shit's fucking magical. Anyway, so by this, right? By elevating your star, by going, you know what? Fuck you, I'm out. This person's like running back to you. Running back to you. But be weary. Be weary in your ascension. You might be bringing people up and activating people, but I still see, you know, somebody else in the background. So be mindful. You might be attracting people, but it doesn't mean they come in 100. Because I don't believe this Queen of, like, again, I'm only saying that because the Queen of Wands came out reversed in the other deck that I put down for some somewhat clarifying. Like I said, the shade and the benefit. And so I'm like, I feel like this is the same energy over here, but not so much over there. And I'll get to that later. Anyway, I feel like this person's coming towards you because you decided to cut this shit off. And so I have this star, 6 of swords, King of cups, right? Right. So, you know, like the stars, healing and all that fun shit. But I feel more so with this. It's like this person feels your star is rising. And they feel you pulling away. And they feel you disconnecting from them. Look. Do you see how here the serpentine energy is in the shade? I'm just saying. See here? You're activating people. Look. You have the potential, the two of you, right? I'm looking at equally yoked to elevate people. To start the activation process for so many. But that means you co-creating, you both understanding that. But this person has this person down here who has not ascended. And that energy, that fucking energy is no good. And so even though this person's coming back around, They have to be willing to let go of what is not serving them. They have to be able to see it. Your star is rising, so here they come. Because they sense you leaving. You're like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. There is like an aridness, a dryness to this situation. And I feel like someone is going to attempt to breathe new life into it. Quite literally. I see a disintegration of the old ways. Allowing the desert to do what the desert does best. Bury things. And a focus on something brand new. Something that could be healthy. Something that could grow. An idea, a concept. That will be the new communication. Absolutely. This king is trying now, instead of coming from an emotionally blocked place, is trying to contact their higher self. Now trying to use the intuition that they were given to this divinely guided love to repair the damage that's already been inflicted in an attempt to elevate it to something stellar. Like, what I'm getting is like a nebula where stars are born, elevated to that sort of thing. A skyrocketing flight, afternoon delight. So, on that token alone, this person could be attempting to use sex. I get that. I do. But, that's what this person might be attempting to use. But I hope their gut's telling them more than that. I love this song too. No copyright. Yo. My fucking Pandora stations are like mwah. I'm not bragging, but I'm just saying they mwah. I got something for every appetite. They're trying. They are literally trying to follow their gut, use their intuition, their discernment in this process. But it's not easy for them. This is something wholly new. Because they're having to solely go off of their intuition. They are ungrounded in this process. Like, it's like watercolor. Like, quite literally watercolor. This is like the outer recesses of the galaxy meets watercolor. This is some shit you dream of. This isn't some shit you actually think you're going to attain. But they can see it. It's like they feel it and they can see it. They can feel it and they can see it. They can feel it and they can see it. But it's watercolor and it's nebulous. Wow. Alright, let's get over here real quick. So the shade. 5 of Wands, Ace of Cups, 6 of Pentacles. The shade of it is that somebody is like, it's not that they just watching this conflict, it's that they fucking caused this conflict. They like fucking drama. I'm looking at this skirt. Listen, I got a lot of movies that's on my top list. I got like a top 100 list of movies. Fuck a top 10. Like, I personally have seen over like 5,000 movies. And more TV shows in there. Anyway. I enjoy it. Simply, I enjoy it. But this person is reminding me here with this skirt rustling. Can y'all see that? Y'all remember the Gone with the Wind? Mammy. Remember when Rhett Butler bought Mammy a red petticoat that was so stiff you could hear it rustling? That's the parallel I'm getting with this shit right here. This person, in some essence, hears, feels, senses it coming. Now that could be this Queen of Swords energy, quite literally, where they're like, you know what? I know you like conflict and drama. I sense that bullshit. So I'm going to go ahead and remove myself from it. Because this is the shade. Like, this here, man. Like, that shit right there. It's like, you can't hear that coming. Everybody else in this scene has, like, tights. Shit that don't move with the wind. This person is highly reactive, is what I'm getting. Reactive. This person goes towards drama and conflict. Instead of, like, this person back here not engaging, seeing it and disengaging and watching it and laughing from a position of safety and security. This person is like, they actively go towards it. Because to them, that's what love is. Love is a battle. Love is conflict to this person. They don't comprehend divinely guided love. They don't understand the new, like, they don't understand the cycle of the phoenix. Divinely guided love is like a phoenix. It dies and it is reborn, and it dies and it is reborn. I'm just saying that because I'm looking at these two flowers here. These are the same flowers at different stages. But that's the divinely guided purpose of it all. See the fish? The fish is actually moving in the direction of the withered. And the bud of this flower points to the renewed, the youthful. See the moons in opposing positions there. It's called balance. It's funny, I made a post earlier about how patience is a resource, both infinite and finite. Determining factor, love, self-love. Right? And I'm looking at this because it's like, that's what's required in order to ascertain this. There has to be a level of self-love on both parts in order to continue this death and rebirth cycle of this divinely guided love. Because in this process of death and rebirth, there is a level of imbalance and restorative balance. And here's the thing. I'm going to tell you why this is divinely guided, right? Because there's a pentacle on the bottom of this cup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 7. That makes divine timing. 7 of Pentacles. So there is this process, this ebb and flow, this momentum dissipation in this process. Excuse me. And so the shade is that you don't understand or comprehend, both parties, maybe one or the other, that there might be an imbalance, but the imbalance is caused by the divine. Period, point blank. Now, the benefits of staying this path, right? And this shit threw me like a motherfucker. 5 of Swords, Empress, Tower. If you stay this course, a revelation, clarity, insight, a pinnacle of success can be achieved, but only if you continue to be strong. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see that there's 4 wolves in this scene, and then there's this guy with a pentacle on his back. It's like if you are able to use your predatory instincts to a degree, like spiritually speaking, it's like you can maintain the upper hand, right? If you're willing to force a choice, if you are willing to wage the war, see how both swords are up and there's 3 down here? If you are willing to wage the war, knowing that you will be confident in this situation, knowing that there may be 3 parties involved, right? You have to know with certainty that not only will you win, but that you are above all the right choice. Now, coinciding with the reading, right? I'm going to say, like I said, this Queen of Swords is the Empress over there in that reading. Here she is here. But I already explained why I got that. So it has nothing to do with the fact that the Empress is here, right? It's the fact that the Queen of Swords drew first blood. She forced a choice. She forced a fucking decision. She took physical action with this pentacle. So the benefit in which you gained, the upper hand that you gained with this 5 of Swords energy, in this action, in taking this stance and dropping this third party energy, allows you not only to fucking power up with this Empress energy and take a stand, see the bull? It allows you to tear down a faulty fucking foundation where there were too many people, see 1, 2, 3, people involved, and hold both parties fucking accountable. Both for allowing this shit to go on, but also being accountable and ending it. Because 3's a fucking crowd. That is the benefit in it. By you holding yourself in high regard and knowing your worth and value, ultimate love and abundance is before you. Because you reveal that, you know what? You know who the fuck you are. You know your worth and abundance. You know that, you know what? You ain't got to be muckied up with this bullshit. And you would rather burn it to the fucking ground than sooty yourself in your divine state with any of it. And you would rather put an end to it than be not only a fucking option, but a cast off. Because not only do you know who the fuck you are, you know where you belong. And real fucking empresses don't fall from a tower. Just saying. And if you do lose a crown, it's to elevate yourself to something much more superb and spectacular. Ooh, that reminds me of that fucking skit from the Andre 3000 and the Big Boy when they did their separate collaboration. I love that. When they had the Bentley Farnsworth collab, and he was like, "How do you do?" I love that. I know I've said that shit on another video, but whatever. I love that shit. It was spectacular. But that's what this is. You know your value and your worth, and you put it into that bullshit, and by doing that, you were like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to hold myself accountable and you, and I'm not going to deal with this. I know who the fuck I am. So what you gained in continuing the path that you set upon by striking first blood is you continuing and maintaining your divine standard. How the fuck about that? Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. They are greatly appreciated. Truly. Light and love to you all. Bye.